Hello everybody, it is player ratings time after Liverpool beat Chelsea by 2 Sadio Mane goals to 0, and I'm back with player ratings, but player ratings is taking on a different form this season. I'm fed up of getting stick for the player ratings that I've done now for the best part of probably 6 years, each and every game that Liverpool have been a part of. So I want you to help me get these player ratings absolutely right. So now you'll be able to see it as you're looking at the screens on the right hand side. It's going to be to my left hand side where the comments section is right now. We'll be putting polls up for each player. The numbers 1 to 10, dead easy. And to vote, you can actually vote and it will be recorded in the chat. So there was 434 people watching live when I went live. I want 400 votes, at least, minimum, for Alisson. Only one vote will count per person. There's 700 watching now. I want 700 votes. So to vote, all you do is you put in exclamation mark, vote, type vote, space, and the number. So it's exclamation mark, vote, space, and the number, and that will register your vote, and we'll be able to see what Liverpool fans from all around the world, 700 people, think. So we're going to start off with Alisson first and foremost. I'm just getting word in my ear, 800 people watching live now. We're going to put that Alisson poll over on my left-hand side very, very shortly. Get ready, type it in the comments already, exclamation mark, vote, space, and then wait. Once the vote started, you'll be told in the comments section, then put that number, hit the enter button, and your vote will register. If you change your mind, just vote again. Give another number, but I'm just going to tell you right now, I'm playing Football Manager player ratings. 6 is an average game, 7's better, 8's better, 9's better, 10's an absolute worldie, 5's a bit crap, 4's crap. Alisson poll is live over on my left-hand side, your right-hand side. So Alisson, Becker, get your votes in. Vote, exclamation mark, vote, space, something. Alisson is, it's not doing it. Turn Cloudbot off, clear the Cloudbot back on. Alisson, I'll talk through it right now. What I thought while we get this poll sorted. We knew we were going to have problems. We did try and test it this afternoon, and then that's why we were late for the first show, the team news show. Alisson was brilliant today, wasn't he? I mean, first of all, he saves a penalty, which is it's just brilliant, isn't it, Georginio? The poll is up on the screen. I have got wait, and it is working. Exclamation mark, vote, space, the number that you want, and then hit that enter button. And Sai will tell me the results of the poll. You got 60 seconds. I want 700, 800 votes for Alisson Becker. 35 seconds of the poll left. Saves a penalty. Big save, I think, from Mason Mount a little bit after that as well. Came out a couple of times, won the ball sort of, probably 40 yards from goal. One time when Timo Werner was running through against that Andrew Robertson. So this is a big performance from Alisson. So what are we thinking? Is it a 7 out of 10? Is it an 8 out of 10? Maybe a 9 out of 10? 15 seconds to go. Get your votes in now. If you haven't voted and you've just arrived, exclamation mark, vote, space, the number, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The vote has closed. What did Alisson Becker get? 10. 45% of the vote. Alisson Becker gets a 10 out of 10. My word, that's class. How many people voted? Si doesn't know. He hasn't got a clue. 230, you can do better next time. We're going to move on then. Who are we moving on to next side? Are we going Robertson? All right, we're going Trent, okay. So we're going to put Trent Alexander-Arnold there now. We're going to get his poll up shortly. Remember, I'm just going to beat this a little bit at the beginning of the video, so when we get to the end of the video, I won't need to say it so much. Exclamation mark, vote, space, and the number to get your votes in for Alexander-Arnold. The poll is getting ready to go live. Think about what you're going to give Trent Alexander-Arnold right now. The poll is active. It is not on the screen. The poll is active. There's only 35 seconds left, but there's nothing you can do. So why don't you just try and vote anyway? Exclamation mark, vote, space, and the number. And let's see if we can get a Trent one without the poll being on the screen. 20 seconds left. Get that exclamation mark, vote, space, number. Enter, and let's see. Are we getting votes in? Are they registering, Si? We are getting votes in. This is live if you can't tell already, baby. 10 seconds, exclamation mark, vote, space, and give him a number. Trent Alexander-Arnold, for me, decent game. He only completed 2 out of 9 crosses on today's game, no. 7 with 44% of the votes. How many people voted, please, Si? 221, and he gets a 7 out of 10, 40-something percent. I think that's about right, to be honest with you. I think the Alisson one might have been a touch high, but he saved the penalty, so I'm not going to argue. And look, it's the wisdom of crowds. You guys gave him a 10. Over 200 people voted, so he gets a 10. Trent Alexander-Arnold gets a 7. Now, Fabinho is the next one. We're going to try and get that poll on the screen. Okay. He's about to start it. Is the poll on the screen? It's good. It's working. Get your votes in now for Fabinho. Playing at centre-half today for the injured Joe Gomez. Exclamation mark, vote, space, number. What would you give him? I thought he had Timo Werner in his pocket. Paul thought he had Timo Werner and about 50 million worth of Timo Werner in his pocket. What did you think? What player rating would you give Fabinho today? I mean, for me, I thought he was brilliant. A really difficult game because it's a striker he doesn't know how to play against. He's never played against him before. He's playing in a back four, but he probably wasn't planning to. I imagine it was a late injury. We've got 20 seconds left of that vote, so please do go and vote for Fabinho now. Are we going to see 8s? Are we going to see 9s? I don't know. I can't wait to see it, but I thought he had a really great game against Timo Werner there, to be honest with you. And I think he deserves 8 or a 9 out of 10. Let's see what you guys... 5 seconds to vote if you've not already. If you've got quick fingers, exclamation mark, vote, space, number, enter, and you can get that in there now. 10-1 with 57% of the vote. Go ahead. How many people voted in that one? 200, right? I'm being told there's loads of comments coming in, and it's exclamation mark, vote, space, number. Don't put a space between exclamation mark and vote if you do want your vote to be registered. You won't be charged anything. This isn't ITV. But your vote won't count. And that's just a bit of a pisser, isn't it? So 200 people-ish. Fabinho gets a 10 out of 10. We've got Virgil van Dijk coming in next. We're going to try and get his poll on the screen right now. And I'll tell you one thing, we're going to shorten the time next week because a minute to fill is far too long, which I don't know why we went to a minute. I thought we agreed 45 seconds, Si. Okay. The poll is live for Virgil van Dijk. Exclamation mark, vote, space, number. What are you giving Virgil van Dijk out of 10? I don't think he had a particularly taxing game today, if I'm honest. I think, excuse me, Fabinho was better because Fabinho had more to do. I think they played away from Virgil van Dijk. There's no votes coming in. He's going to close it. He's going to restart the vote. I'm just going to fill for time. So the first thing I'm going to do is talk a little bit slower and enunciate almost everything that I'm saying. But no, Virgil van Dijk was absolutely, he was sound, there was no problems. The vote's back up now. Get your votes in, exclamation mark, vote, space, number, enter, and they will be counted. I'm going to stop doing that now. I'm going to say it once before everyone. But Virgil van Dijk really didn't have too much to do. I'm guessing it'll be like maybe a 7 out of 10 this time, something like that. How long have we got left on the vote now, Si? 40 seconds left on the vote. Did Kai Havertz cause him any issues? No. Did Tammy Abraham cause him any issues when he came on? No, probably not. He was good with the ball at his feet. He didn't put a foot wrong. Timo Werner was playing off him, playing over onto Fabinho and Trent Alexander-Arnold's side. Mount, when he was cutting inside, didn't really do anything. I'd be surprised if it was higher than a 7, to be honest, but it's your vote. You know how to cast it now. Exclamation mark, vote, space. Enter the number that you want and then press the enter button to enter into the vote. 10 seconds after the Virgil van Dijk one. I wonder what he's going to get. I'm going to guess a 7 out of 10, to be honest with you. And I think that would be about fair. 4, 3, 2, 1. 8. 50% of the vote. 231 of you playing along at home. Thank you so much for this. This is wicked. So 8 out of 10 for Virgil van Dijk. And everyone says I go a bit high, like, you know what I mean? That's cool. We've got 10s, 2 10s, an 8, and what did Trent get, a 6 or a 7? 7. 7, okay, so we're on to Andy Robertson now. Andy Robertson, for me, look, he had a really good game. So Andy Robertson poll is live now. To vote, exclamation mark, vote, space, number, enter. It's that simple. Your vote will be registered and it will be cast. There's no prizes, but there's no charge either. So Andy Robertson only completed 1 out of 12 crosses, I think it was today for Andy Robertson, which obviously isn't great. He was playing the percentages more, but he was a constant threat down that left-hand side. Again, didn't really have too much to do over on that left-hand side. Mount didn't give him too many problems, and he was a constant threat. 128 touches on the day for Andrew Robertson, massively involved. I think Trent had about 80-something touches, so it gives you an idea of where we were trying to really play down that left-hand side and use Robertson. And you can almost picture it in your mind, can't you? Him overlapping constantly Sadio Mane, trying to get to the byline. And so 10 seconds left to vote. If you haven't already, get it in now. Exclamation mark vote, space, number, enter, and your vote will be cast and counted. And we will give Andy Robertson a mark. I guess this might be an 8, but you guys have been going high, so I'm going to say you're going to go for a 9 out of 10. Simon Fletcher, 8. 45% of you gave 8 for Andrew Robertson. How many votes were cast? 270. Excellent, we're getting up. I want 500 at least for the next one. So it's Jordan Henderson. In fact, when we get to Thiago, I want every single person watching to be able to do it. Who do you want to go to next, Si? We'll do Henderson. 2,200 people watching, but only 200 people are voting. It's so simple, please. We want to get this as accurate as we can, and we want votes cast from every continent on the globe. So please vote by going exclamation mark, vote, space, the number that you want to give them, and then press the enter button to enter into the chat. Henderson is live now. We've got 60 seconds to discuss him. I don't know why he was taken off, to be honest with you. I don't think he was having a bad game. I think from the midfielders, Keita was the one that was probably in the first half not as involved as maybe Jordan Henderson and Georginio Wijnaldum. And maybe that was because Gini and Hendo do a little bit more defensive work, and we did have a little bit more defensive stuff to do in that first half. But Jordan was okay. I hope it's not an injury. He did take a whack, didn't he, Paul? Who was it who clattered him? Do you remember? No. But Jordan Henderson, yeah, I mean, an average game. I can't see that we're going really high with the ratings here. There's 20 seconds left, so type in exclamation point, vote, don't put a space between them, then put a space, and then your number, and then hit that enter button to enter into the chat. 10 seconds left on the Jordan Henderson. I'm guessing it'll be around a 6 out of 10. You guys have gone high. I think 45% of the vote will give him a 6 out of 10. 49% of the vote, 7 out of 10 for Jordan Henderson. Okay, no problem whatsoever with that one. Who do you want to go to next, Genie or Naby? Wijnaldum next. Have you actually got a poll set up for Thiago? Excellent. Okay, so we're going to go to Wijnaldum next. We're going to get the poll on the screen right now. You know how to vote by now. It's exclamation mark, vote, space, number, enter. Wijnaldum's up. The poll is active. Get your votes flying in now. I mean, Wijnaldum had a shot from just outside the area flash by. He had a shot from inside the area that I don't even think it went out for a corner in the end. It might have gone out for a throw-in. And he had that one really late on where he basically missed from 2 yards away, although the ball bounced off Kepa from Salah's shot. So he's had 3 really big opportunities. And a bit of a different game, really, for Georginio Wijnaldum for me today from what we normally see. He was getting into those final areas of the pitch, into that final third quite a lot, as evidenced by the fact that he's had 3 really, really good chances, kept the ball moving, was strong in and out of the tackle, and 20 seconds left of the vote right now. What are we going to give Georginio Wijnaldum? If it was me, I'd probably be somewhere around a 7 out of 10. 10 seconds left of the vote. Exclamation mark, vote, space, number, enter. So yeah, Georginio Wijnaldum, I'd probably go 7 out of 10. I'm really interested because it's a difficult one to gauge, Georginio Wijnaldum, and he splits a lot of opinion as well. Vote is closing very, very shortly. It's closed, the results are in. 45% of the vote. Well done, everybody. I think that's the right one. We're going to move on then to Naby Keita next. We're going to get his poll up on the screen as fast as we can. Size squirreling away in the background. This is brand new, uncharted territory, I think, for fan channels in general, to be honest with you. I don't think anyone's ever attempted this. Certainly not without a proper practice. I'll tell you that for fucking free. So we're going on to Naby Keita next anyway. Right. We are getting the vote up right now. What are you going to give him? You must have been thinking about it. I want 500 people voting in this one, please. Oh, right, okay. So Sai's saying loads of people are voting before the poll's actually on the screen. So you've got to wait for the poll to be on the screen. If you did it before the poll was on the screen, vote again now. You can just vote again now just to be sure. It's always just going to change it. It'll only register one of your votes. So vote for Naby Keita now. What do you think? Because I thought he improved second half. First half I thought he was a little bit quiet, but second half, as the game opened up, as Chelsea went down to 10 men, you got 30 seconds left to vote, by the way. Naby Keita sort of got into it and started playing with a little bit more freedom, starting trying to link that play up with the forward players and stuff. Probably helped that he had the pass master behind him in Thiago as well. 15 seconds, what are we going to give Thiago? I'd guess it would probably be somewhere in the region of a 7 out of 10 based on how you guys have been voting so far, but I am really interested. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Votes are in, votes are final, votes have been cast, and Naby Keita gets a 7 out of 10 with 41% of votes. So a lot of you guys, all in around the 40-ish percent, a lot of people thinking exactly the same along the same lines along these. This is really cool, actually. This is really wicked. Thank you very much for everyone who's joining in here. We're going to move on to the front three in a bit. I just want to reiterate exactly how to vote. You have to wait for the poll to be on the screen. Once it's on the screen, type in !vote space, the number that you want to give them, and press that enter button. You'll have been able to see the chat bots in there as well, tells you exactly how to do it. Get it ready, get thinking about it. We're going to move on to the front three in a little bit. Then we've obviously got the subs. So who are we going with next? Salah next, Mo Salah. I thought he had a really good game. You just tell me when the poll's live on the screen and I'll do the talking. Mo Salah, I think something went wrong. Something went wrong. Oh dear, something's gone wrong. It's the third time in the last 10 minutes that line has been whispered in my ear. But we're going to just try and keep going. Mo Salah. I mean, I thought he was really good, and he didn't obviously get the... All right, vote, whoa. The poll's live. Mo Salah, the vote is live. Cast your votes for Mo Salah right now. I want at least 500 for this one, please. I want at least 500. I thought he was really good today. I thought he was a constant menace, a constant threat, and played that position slightly differently. Again, like we saw against Leeds, not afraid to come inside and go across the formation, even to the point where he's linking up with the fullback who's overlapping on the left-hand side. He's making it very difficult for teams to mark him, actually. Does the left-back go with him? Does he pass him onto the centre-half? Is it the midfielder that now has got to go? Trent going down that right-hand side, whipping balls in as well. Couple that... The vote has frozen at 39%. The votes have frozen at 39%. What mark did Mo Salah get at 39%? Because we can close this poll and we can move on. 8. 69%. Only 39 votes cast, unfortunately. Really sorry about that one. We're going to try and sort that issue out by just ignoring it and going on to the next player and hoping that it works. We're going on to Sadio Mane, but I think Mo Salah got an 8 out of 10. Mane, 2 goals. One of them. Wow, Mane vote is open. Get your votes in now. I want 500 votes this time, and I don't want it to crash. This time I just want 500 straight votes. It's not registering any of the votes, okay? So just type your numbers in the comments, everybody, and we'll just add them up. Paul, add up the numbers. We'll just go for it like that. No idea what's going on. It's working. The poll is open. Vote again, please. Vote again if you've already voted. I'm sorry. We did promise you that this would be a shit show, and a shit show it has become. The votes are coming in now for Sadio Mane. 2 goals on the day. One of them after a great little ball across from Roberto Firmino, a powerful header past Kepa. The other one gives Kepa the little shoulder shimmy, wins the ball back off him as he fucks up and puts it in the back of the net. You got 10 seconds to vote. Please vote. Please vote for probably the man of the match, Sadio Mane. 2 goals. You gave a goalkeeper a 10. You gave a defensive midfielder a 10. What have you given Sadio Mane? He's got a 10. 68%, a 10. How many people voted? 288. We're moving on up. That's great. And people will be proud. So next is Firmino. I never thought I'd ever say that, Paul. But I have. I've just shouted out the M people and moving on up. Roberto Firmino, 1 assist on the day for Roberto Firmino. The poll is live. It's on screen and it's live. We hope, and hopefully for the full 60 seconds, and we hope that it's going to be registering your votes as well. It's probably easy just for me to give my player ratings next week and just take the stick in it than leave me just stood up here with nothing to say for 20 minutes while we bumble through a poll system. But it is what it is. We're here now. Get your votes in for Roberto Firmino. He does get 1 assist. 30 seconds left of that vote. Playing with a bit of freedom, playing with a bit of a smile on his face, certainly seconds off. Had that one opportunity after 3 minutes. They nearly put us ahead after great work from Mo Salah over on that right-hand side. Good defending by, I think it was Christensen. He was actually a decent defender when he was on the field. Thinking back, he probably should have tried to stay on the field. Roberto Firmino gets an assist. What rating are you going to give him now? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roberto Firmino gets it. Is it an 8? It's an 8. 42% of the vote. Well done, everybody. Some fairly solid. Dr. Wachowski, thank you very much for the super chat. Much appreciated. I'm going to remove the first teamers and we're going to bring in the subs. And we're going to start with James Milner. And then we're going to go to Minamino, if that's all right with you, Sai. And we're going to save Thiago for last. Because obviously we want to talk about Thiago for longer than 60 seconds. James Milner we'll start with then. A bit of a surprise substitution for me, to be honest. Polls live now, exclamation mark, vote space, put the number in that you want, hit that enter button, register in the chat. All votes will be counted. Anything after the time limit won't be counted. Anything before the time limit won't be counted. The poll is live. What are we giving James Milner? Comes on for Naby Keita in the middle of the park. Adds a little bit of steel, certainly, to that. But it really was just on to keep control of the game. Make sure that it didn't get away from us. And that's what James Milner did. And he's such an integral part of this squad, isn't he? You can see him doing this for another couple of years at least, if necessary. But I think he'll be happy that he got into the midfield there. I think he'll have been made up to be playing alongside Thiago when he was on that form as well. We've got 10 seconds, give or take, left of the poll. Exclamation mark, vote, space, number, enter to enter your player rating for James Milner. 3, 2, 1. 7 out of 10 with 59% of the vote. Well done, 7 out of 10 for James Milner. I like that. We're going to go to Takumi Minamino now. Now, a tough one to really rate, isn't it? I mean, he comes on late in the game. The opportunities were a little bit limited, but certainly you could see him opening himself up for the passes, for those little interplays and stuff with players. The Minamino vote is live now. Only 2 more chances to vote and play along with us at home. Exclamation mark, vote, space, and the number. What would you give Takumi Minamino out of 10 in this game? Anything more than, 8 or above, I think, is probably a little bit of a stretch. I can't imagine he'd get lower than the 5. We've got 30 seconds. I guess it's 6s or 7s here for Takumi Minamino. But I'd really love everybody to vote for Thiago. So get thinking about that one as well. If you haven't voted for Takumi Minamino, exclamation mark, vote, space, and the number. Hit that enter button. Your vote will be cast and counted. We hope 10 seconds left to vote for Takumi Minamino. I'd be really surprised if it was higher than a 6. To be honest with you, he came on at a 6. He's probably going to leave the field with a 6. But we're about to find out. And the official result for Takumi Minamino is a 6 out of 10 with 53% of how many votes, sorry? 290. Okay, we're still moving on up. 312. Wow. Judge's decision there from Paul. Right, it's the main man. It's the big signing of the summer. It's the best midfielder in world football. It's time to talk a little bit about Thiago. Set the poll for 10 minutes, because I've got 10 minutes to do on Thiago here. Don't really like, because I'll have nothing to talk about in the instant match reaction. So, is it live? No, yeah. It is live. The poll for Liverpool's Thiago, that sounds good, is now live. And you have 60 seconds to vote. All you have to do is type into the chat, exclamation mark, VOTE, space, and give him the number, and then hit that enter button, and your vote will be cast. I really want, we've got over 300 people voting for Takumi Minamino. Please, if there's a lot of people watching, we know there's over 800 people watching, hopefully still, then please get your votes in for Thiago, because he came into the game at half-time. It was a surprise. We didn't expect to see it. And the first thing he did was find space and play the ball. It was ridiculous. Now, it wasn't a perfect game. There was a few misplaced passes. He gave a penalty away as well. Although I'm not 100% sure that it actually was a penalty. On first watch through, yeah. But on replay, I'm not sure that the legs did catch, to be honest. But maybe his chest grazed him and maybe the penalty was awarded. I'm really interested, though. I personally would be giving him an 8 out of 10. What have we gone with? I think you'll have gone 9. A 10 out of 10. With how many? 34% of the vote. 10 out of 10. How many people voted? 330 people voted for Thiago. A 10 out of 10. I'm not sure you can give a 10 out of 10 for a lad who's given a penalty away. But you know what? We're going with it. The wisdom of crowds says on his debut, Thiago gets a 10 out of 10, Alisson gets a 10 out of 10, Fabinho gets a 10 out of 10, and Sadio Mane gets a 10 out of 10. That has been one of the longest and most difficult player rating shows I've ever had the pleasure to do. Thank you so much. We've got a couple of super chats coming in as well. John Francis and John Rhodes, thank you so much. Obviously, I've not got a phone to look at them, but really, really appreciate that. Maybe we can make a record of it and we'll talk through the comments in the next video. But listen, thank you so much. Stick around on the channel, though. It's very, very important. We've got Paul coming up very, very shortly with his Red Mentions show, where we'll be looking at all the Twitter reactions. And if you're a YouTube member to the Red Men TV, then you get to comment live on the video as well and give your thoughts on that game and that victory against Frank Lampard's Chelsea side. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for getting involved. We're definitely going to try and keep this going for as long as we can. As long as the tech keeps up, we'll try and keep going. I hope you've enjoyed us trying something different. Apologies for not testing it properly, but I'll see you next time. Ta-ra.